and a 1, and a 2, and a 3. The farmer and the Doug.
The farmer and the Alex.
Hi-ho the Mary-o, the farmer and the Doug. The farmer and the Alex.
The farmer and the dog.
Hi-ho the Mary-o, the farmer and the Doug. The farmer and the
Alex.
The farmer and the
Doug.
The farmer gets taken over because Alex owns the show. Thank you. Thank you very much.
Liftoff will start in T-minus 10 seconds. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. We have ignition.
Live from the Tony Wallow Studios, it's the Ken Stout Live Show, featuring the Zoom Homies, produced by LK Productions.
Hello, everybody. Welcome into Monday night, June 5th, 2023. It is a little past 9:01 to be exact. I have Jeff Ryman, William Dawson, Greg Guy, Alex Sheik, and Chris Garrett already with me in Zoom. I'll go ahead and unmute their microphones so they can all say hello. Hello, gentlemen, and Alex.
Hello.
And Alex was 1 minute late.
I know, he thinks he was on time, doesn't he?
The funny thing is, Ken, when I did that live stream earlier today, I put the phone on the tripod in the windowsill, and she's sitting. My window is right above where she was sitting, and the router is right on top of my desk. So I don't understand why it would not be working out on the.
Who was sitting there? Tammy?
No, my mom.
I
I think Ken's pulling my leg because my mom hasn't said anything to me.
It's because she said she doesn't know how to get you to understand it's not working right. She said she's asked you 400 or 500 times, and it's like you're ignoring it. And you call yourself a technician.
I told you, she complained to me that it wasn't working on the front porch. I got her an extender, and ever since I got her the extender, she says it's been working.
Just telling you what we talked about when she called. I'm just the
He was
middleman
just
here.
scratching his head, so something's going on in his head.
Hello, Chris.
Hey,
Didn't see you jump in, and I need to make a quick slight adjustment. I forgot about that. I did set chat to subscriber mode only. No one can say anything unless they've subscribed for a week. Thus, they can't ask for the Zoom credentials. and
Oh, that means we won't have Alex tonight.
sneak in. Stealth Mode joins us over in chat. Tony Wallow was first again tonight. We have to have a simple math lesson here in a minute. Tony was first. Bobby Warren was second. Greg Guy was third. And Josh Kinder was fifth. But there's only Tony, Bobby, and Greg in front of him. Does that not make him fourth?
Mm-hmm.
That's what I thought too. I'm trying this new math out. I'm trying to make sure I understand this correctly. With the new math and all, it's possible he could have been fifth. Hello, Jeff, who's still muted. I shouldn't say anything. I should let it. Oh,
I
he
count him
left
as
again.
five, Ken.
I'm eating.
I count Josh
Okay.
as five.
And William says hello from Florida. Rebuilding a computer just for the CPU cooler. Bad case, bad case. Roy Care says, how are we all tonight? Other than being deadbeat tired, I actually took about a 40-minute nap before tonight's show. I was that worn out from playing golf.
What kind of case is that, Bobby?
It's William.
William, I'm sorry.
Bobby Williams.
It was a cougar case.
Bobby Warren said, did you guys hear Apple had a keynote today? Stealth is asking, Stealth Mode says, what do you mean by keynote?
Keynote is another name for a PowerPoint.
Do what?
Keynote is another name for a PowerPoint. It's Apple's version of PowerPoint.
Well, I think it was the worldwide something distribution. I don't know. It was WWDC. And Greg, golly.
Mm-hmm.
Doug mentioned it today. Matthew
But that's
Camp
what-
says hello.
Keynote can just mean the main address of the conference.
Ah.
You found something.
So I'm going to go ahead and replay the new opening, but I got to make one slight adjustment before I do that. Otherwise, we're going to get to see the
Yes,
thing.
but Keynote is also Apple's slideshow software.
So I think, you know what I'm going to do? I don't think I'm going to replay it. I think I'm going to share my screen and play it, or I'm going to do it this way. Oh, wow. Well, that's not supposed to be like that. That's kind of crazy. That should have been Zoom. There we go. That's Zoom. Now I can do this. So I'm going to move Zoom out of the way. We're going to go to a blank screen. I'm going to go share my screen with sound because there is audio. Greg, I need you to pay particular attention to this. I think
I'm eating my dinner.
you can still watch. Let me see. It's going to be on here, and then here, and then here, and then here, and then here, and I can never remember. There's only 3 versions of this one. I think it's this one. Oh, and a 1, and a 2, and a 3. The farmer and the Doug.
The farmer and the Alex.
Hi ho the Mario, the farmer and the Doug. The farmer and the Alex.
The farmer and the dog.
Hi ho the Mario, the farmer and the Doug. The farmer and the
Alex.
The farmer and the
Doug.
The farmer gets taken over because Alex owns the show.
Dun.
Thank you. Thank you very much.
Ken, you needed to use your guitar.
I haven't had that thing out of the closet in about 15 years. I seriously doubt I could even tune it. So as soon as Doug said this morning that the farmer in the Dell jingle was driving him up a wall, I knew I was going to be revamping it, so to speak. And that was what we came up with. I have lost Zoom somewhere. Am I still? Yeah, I'm still on Zoom. I see it on there. And oddly enough, we did not practice this at all. We just sat down in front of the camera. In fact, I've got to talk to Jose about something. We just sat down in front of the camera and started messing around. And we had a couple of other things that we did that are going to show. Oh, yeah, I may have already showed one of them earlier today when we had made an announcement. It was fun. It was enjoyable. And then we had the debacle of trying to play golf twice. Right when I was getting ready to tee off, my sister called. I figured I'd better take that. And I started to see if I could just pause the video. And what I ended up doing was inadvertently disconnecting her, but the video was still going. But then I thought I turned it off. But then Tony sent me a message and said it was still going. And when I checked, it was in a loop. It was in a 2-second loop. And that was it. And I could not shut it off to save my life. In fact, I put the phone away for 2 holes and let the people that were playing extremely horribly bad in front of us get ahead of us, and there was nobody behind us, so I could fix it. And then I was able to go back live streaming. So I apologize for that little hiccup. I do have something from Doug today, finally. And I'll get that. I didn't have the energy to put it in there tonight. We did that right after Doug's show this afternoon. And it was fun. I haven't checked to see if the video is live with comments yet from golfing today. I doubt that the comments are there so quick. I don't have that many subscribers. I mean, I'm not like a certain someone we know that has 35 and a half years of experience and a little bit of pull somewhere. Oh, I lost another subscriber. I'm down to 273. It happens.
It turns out that the keynote thing was a keynote address at 10 a.m. this morning at Apple's Worldwide Developer Conference. It is not their software. There's stuff like on Wired and other technical stuff online talking about Apple's conference. This is their annual show and tell thing.
Right. Now, oddly enough, the 1 minute and 10-second video actually does have chat there, but I don't think there's any chat in it. It does have the chat. Oh, One Fish said hi. 22 seconds into the video. Now that's there. When I go to the hour-long one, there is no chat yet, which I figured that. I don't honestly think chat will show up till sometime tomorrow morning. I would be really blown away if chat showed up any sooner than that, to be very honest. I guess Alex had to unmute or had to hide his camera so he could send me a message.
I'm still here.
I'm not.
And yes, I did send you a message.
Yeah, I know. I got it.
I just didn't want you to put me in the waiting room because you thought I was texting Joshy or something. Oh, by the way, he did call me and leave me a voicemail and ask me if I did my homework for tonight.
For tonight.
About your golfing video.
I know exactly what he's talking about. That's good. That means you watched the golf. That's good. And did you do your homework?
I clicked on it for about maybe 30 seconds.
I don't know what we're going to do with you. And I'm not kidding you. Your mom and I had a nice casual conversation, and she asked if I had any suggestions on how she could get you to understand that even though you spent $2.50 to try to put a Band-Aid on this, it did not solve the problem. She's just lost. She doesn't know how to get you to understand. And she's bent on, if you put that thing back out there where it was to begin with, all the problems will be resolved. I tend to agree with her. I think they would be too. But that's not my problem, so can't give you no advice on that. Well, I quieted the room with that one.
He's probably right, Alex, if it didn't have a problem before you started.
I was swallowing my food.
I'm chomping my food.
I enjoyed my
What
food.
I don't understand is that when the router was over there, these walls are not thick concrete brick walls inside of this house. I mean, I can get just as fast a speed over there on the other side of this wall as I can get in here. I can get just the fastest speed outside under the carport as I can get in here.
Alex, the problem isn't, forget about speed. The problem isn't, she got in her head, that's where it goes. So you put it there, you solve the issue.
But in order to put it there, there's a little problem I have to fix first. I have to spend more money, which I don't have, because of the way it's wired now. I have to spend more money to put another router, buy another router, put another router in here, so I can move the current router back in there, because doing it any other way without buying anything will not work.
Why do you have to have another router if you're so close?
The reason why is because because of the fiber optic converter, the box that converts it from fiber to Ethernet, that has to have a cable going from the fiber box to the WAN port, and then I need another cable going from
You got wire connections.
So you've got the one that we ran, you've got the one that Robert and I ran plugged into your mom's computer running out of the current router you have?
Yes.
Okay. So, simple solution. You just need to get a cord long enough to run from the ONT back into that room, plug that cable that's running out of your mom's computer into the router, run it back into your room, which it already is because it's connected right beside you, and then buy a shorter cable to connect from the router to your mom's computer, and problem is solved. Right?
I've got two solutions, two possible solutions.
No. Listen, just now walk through this with me. Your little box, the same as the little box I have on my wall, has a cable coming out of it that you plug into your router, right?
Right.
So that can be 3 feet long, that could be 30 feet long, that could be 300 feet long, right?
Right.
So if you get one, let's just say it's 30 feet long. Hell, let's just make it good 50 feet long so you got plenty of cable. And you run that along your wall, make that hole that's in your wall slightly a little bit bigger, push it through the wall, pull it through, put the router back where your mom wants it, plug that cable into your router, unplug the one that is in your mom's computer right now, plug it into the router, and then plug the loose end that's in your room into your cable, and your problem is solved. You don't have to buy anything except maybe a cable. That would be the only expense I can see. You don't have to buy another router. You don't have to buy another modem. You don't have to buy anything but a cable. Yes or no?
Yes.
Boy, Alex, that was a resounding yes. You really hated saying that, didn't you?
Because I need two cables coming from in here to in
No, you
there.
don't. You only need one cable. Okay, let's run this scenario again. Right now, the blue cable runs from your router into your mom's computer, correct?
Yes.
So if you unplug that, your mom's computer doesn't work, correct?
Correct.
So
yes.
If you unplug the cable coming out of the ONT into the router and take the router and put it back on top of your mom's desk and then get a cable long enough to run from the ONT and plug it back into the router, that solves that problem. Then you take the cable that's unplugged at your end and leave it in your room, unplug it from her computer, plug it into the router, take the router into your end, and plug it into your computer, and you solve the issue. Are there not? Is there not an open port on that to plug into your mom's computer? There gotta be. I'd be shocked if you only had 2 ports.
Yes. Well, maybe I'm not.
Do I have to draw you a diagram? Let me start sharing my screen and draw you a diagram. Oh, hey, Sean. Hello.
He's gonna say maybe I'm not thinking.
We got another Joshy situation. If it ain't broken, don't fix it.
Well, it's not technically broke, but his mom, I think, wants it back in there.
I understand that, but it wasn't broken, so why do you have to change it? That's the thing.
Well, we all know why that
make
is. I'll
his
be right
mom
back.
happy.
I gotta take this phone call. I'll be right back.
Alice, send me a list of the length of your cables. I'll make them up for you. You need to send me a list of the length of the cables you need.
I only would need one cable, and that's about a 30 or so foot, maybe a 50 foot to be safe, 50 foot, Cat 6.
That's what this is, Cat 6.
Yeah, to be safe. I mean, I'm quite sure you don't need 50 feet. So that was a very interesting phone call. Very interesting phone call. Alex, can you see me? I mean, your sound bar's working. You can hear me okay?
Yes.
You can
yes.
You can see me? Gotcha!
I knew she did call you. I mean, if she was really having problems, she would have already told me.
But I did get you to agree though that if your mom does want it back in there, you can do it at very little to no cost. You only need a cable.
All I need is another cable,
right,
to be able to run from in here to in there, and that's it.
Right, but you know what? You got to look over there to see me. I'm not on the monitor right in front of you. Let me call your mom. I'll be right back.
So y'all don't think it would do me? Y'all don't think it would do me any good at all, even if my mom doesn't say anything, to go ahead and just move it back in there, so I won't have to listen to this off and on for the next however long.
As far as that goes, you can put the router that was there back in place and just use it as an access point with the same effect.
In all honesty and sincerity, Alex, I would leave it the way that it is for now. If everybody is happy and it's working for everybody. If she says anything, you do know a simple solution. And then if you do that and nothing changes except you never hear anybody say anything about it, it's just a psychological thing. They see it, they know it, they can see it, so therefore it's got to be working better. It's just psychological. Now,
my mom complained about the front port, so I got the extender for that reason, just because she complained about it, regardless of if it would make any difference in the speed whatsoever. But I did ask her to take her phone out on the front porch and run a speed test before I got the extender. And to the best of my memory, this was right after we got the fiber service installed, and she was, to the best of my memory, she was still able to get about 100 on the front porch without the extender. So regardless,
what is she getting now with the extender?
Well, I had her take my phone out there, and it was still connected, and run the speed test. And when she brought it back into me, the test was still running, and it was still connected to the extender, and it was getting roughly 50. But she said when she was out there, right by the extender, it went all the way across, all the way over, meaning it got to at least 100.
Again, if it's working, you're happy, they're happy. Until she says anything, leave it like it was. I'm going to move on now. William, did you get your cooler replaced, or is that going to happen? No. All right. How frustrating was that?
Couple hours tearing the machine apart and put it back together without breaking anything.
And you got everything back together?
Yeah, put it back together.
Any excess screws laying around when you were done?
No, amazingly not. But this little short screwdriver it got left over.
So is June 5th now going to be known as like they do Christmas in July? It's going to be your halfway through the year. April Fool's Day.
Well, no, because April 1st is not the first of the year. It's April 4th. So I would think if I were going to try to even do that math in my head, it wouldn't be June. It'd probably be closer to August, maybe September. But no, I'm just messing with you. I had to chuckle when you replied to my comment. I had to chuckle and I said, I'm going to pay him back. And I've succeeded. So did I read correctly? Taco Hell. So Tony Waddle just put in chat, which is Filipino for okay. And I told Mrs. K a while back that I had told Tony that. She didn't believe me, but somehow I think today on the golf stream or something he might have said it because she says, Tony Waddle speaks Tagalog. I said, no, he knows how to say
And I know you watched my live stream earlier because you left a comment. You said her, and I replied.
Yeah, I did. Full disclosure, I did scan through it, and I saw your mom sitting out there, and the first thing that came to my mind was just the way she was looking at that. Was she looked perplexed about the internet speed, and of course
what
I'm
it
going to tease you.
is she's got her earbuds in and watching whatever it is she's watching, and while she's waiting on the dogs to do their business out there.
Yeah. Roy said he could not because it said unavailable. Did you take that down? Or Roy, are you talking about golf or Alex's?
Probably mine, because it was a mobile live stream. So whenever it went off, whenever I ended it,
right,
I had to make it public.
Public, right, because you used your phone. Correct.
So when he looked at it, it was private because YouTube automatically makes it private.
Yeah. How many subscribers do you have to have before that?
1,000.
Is it 1,000? Okay. So have you guys heard anything about Netflix is starting to crack down on the way, I know they're cracking down on passwords. I did hear that, but now apparently you have to have 2 accounts to watch it on 2 separate TVs in your own house.
Yep.
I've not heard that. Last I heard about Netflix was that they was cracking down on people, families sharing one account across 2 or 3 households.
So yeah, well, that's like my ex-son-in-law has a Netflix account and his kids watch stuff at his place. But when they came over here and he was at work, he was letting them use it over here.
Right.
There's still only one TV going at once. But Netflix doesn't like that sort of thing, apparently.
I saw a video in response to that where there's some kind of VPN program you can run on your computer so that if you want to say watch Netflix when you're out or wherever, and not have those issues, and guarantee that you're not gonna have those issues, you can set up this VPN software, and as long as you have a computer running at your house all the time, Netflix will think that you're always watching Netflix at your house. Even if you're not.
Well, the way I understood the article
like
was, if you have 4 TVs in your house, you've got to have 4 Netflix accounts now.
Yeah, no more families sharing one password.
That's ridiculous. Yeah, but so we have.
It's just a way for them to get more money.
Well, obviously. Wintermute's dropped the link. Thank you, Wintermute.
Alex, your response to Ken was basically what he said.
I will go back and read that later. I guess Roy does not like Netflix because in all capital letters he says, I do not use Netflix, and thus that indicates he's yelling. And Kenny Witten, good evening, Kitty. Good to see you. Says, why are you yelling? And he says, I just do not like them. Well, we understand, but let's keep the yelling to a minimum in chat now.
Yeah. For the 2 or 3 years we had Netflix, I was never ever able to find anything, to find 90% of the things that I would search for. I was not able to find it on Netflix. I have better luck at finding stuff that I want to watch on Amazon Prime that I don't have to pay for, that's already included with the Prime subscription.
So I'm gonna check my blood sugar here in about 4 minutes. I had a half a baked potato. Go ahead, Jeff.
That link answers the questions. Basic plan, 1 screen, standard subscription, 2 screens, premium plan, 4 screens. So,
within the same household, though, right?
Yep.
Okay.
Apparently. So
that's weird. Anyway, for dinner, I had 1 piece of bread, half a baked potato, and we went to Texas Roadhouse, and it was really tough not to eat another piece of bread, and it was really tough to not eat the whole baked potato. When we got home, I checked my blood sugar, and oddly enough, having eaten half a baked potato and the bread, I figured with the carbs, my blood sugar would be slightly elevated. It was not. It was 129. Now, when I checked,
did you bring home the rest of the potato and bread?
Well, that's where we have to get into a little discussion with Mrs. K, because I thought I heard her say we would bring it home. She ate the other 3 pieces of bread, which really surprised me. And then when the waitress said, "Would you like some more bread?" I said, "No, we're good, thank you. We don't need any more." Again, I got to get till Thursday. And then we got ready to leave. I said, "Are you getting a container for that?" And she goes, "For what?" I said, "For the half of potato." She said, "No." I said, "Wait a minute. Didn't you say?" And she said, "No." And I'm like, I'm not going to argue with it. Fine. Now, my concern is, if I check it now, which will be 2 hours, right now it's 2 hours after the fact, it was 129. If it goes up, as long as it's not above 180, I'm okay with that. If it's lower than 129, then I should have eaten the whole doggone potato. It's good too. I didn't get anything on it but butter. The salad was good, but I put a ton of ranch. That's the other thing. I put a ton of ranch on my salad.
Even if you're about Netflix, even if you're a house of, let's just say 2 people like Ken and Lorna, you really don't need. I really don't see the point of having the 2 TV subscription or whatever, because that's on, to the best of my knowledge, that means that you can watch 2 Netflix on 2 TVs at the same time.
according to Netflix, it depends on your subscription plan.
Yep.
Basic subscription is 1 screen.
What it sounds like.
Standard subscription, 2 screens. Premium, 4 screens. If you don't like their rules, don't subscribe to Netflix. That's my solution.
But is that the same screen all the time, or is that?
Well, I wouldn't say
just
same
1 screen at a time.
If it's 1 screen, it's 1 screen. I would think I wouldn't think they'd care which one, but I don't subscribe to any of them, so I don't really care.
Yeah, I forget how we're getting Netflix. I don't know how we get it. I don't pay for it. Do something. It's included in something.
Yeah, I was going to say sometimes internet companies like T-Mobile likes to throw it in there, or they used to. I think Amazon, unless they've changed it, I think Amazon Prime allows you to stream on 2 devices at the same time.
Well,
my daughter had it, and we were paying for 2 subscriptions at once, because one of them was the streaming and the other one was the rental thing, and that was stupid.
Here we go. Pain in the finger coming up about right now. Oh man, that one hurt. Ah.
The
Greg?
rental for what?
Netflix used to have a rental plan
For like it,
in addition to a streaming plan. And my daughter had accidentally subscribed to both of them.
so they still offer DVDs.
Yeah. And so
157.
that didn't
So
sound bad this
it's
time.
still under 180, so I'm happy. I mean, I'm okay. I honestly expected it to go up.
I mean, you expect some variation in it depending on what you eat, I gather.
Right. Well, the potato and the bread, that's nothing but carbs. The steak had nothing in it whatsoever. It's pure protein. Yeah, Long Dog says 157 is great. Yeah, I agree. It's good.
The golf help a little bit, keep it down.
Do what?
The golf probably help a little bit to keep it down.
Probably did actually.
I probably wouldn't have been able to be as constrained as you can. I probably would have ate it anyway.
If I didn't have blood tests coming up on Thursday, that's going to check my blood sugar and my 90-day blood sugar average, I wouldn't have been worried about it either. But I've got that test. I know I have that test. In fact, on hole number 4, the phone rang and it was the VA, and I'm like, oh, please cancel me. Oh, please cancel me. Oh, please cancel me. Because that way I could go out and have a good dinner tonight and enjoy some dessert. But no such luck.
Greg, what do you need help with?
Help with.
Your
Yeah,
background.
the little thing in your background says help.
Roy says Mrs. K needs to get you more active so you don't need that stuff. We kind of discussed that a little bit because I was worn out when we got home, but while we were on the course, I wasn't tired at all. But she actually sat down on hole 6, 7, 8, and 9. So I'm kind of curious to see how that's going to look because she shot from afar instead of being right there where I'd like her to be. And you know, I understand it. She walks a lot to begin with, but it's not like walking a golf course. I may play Wednesday. I don't know yet. Kind of looking at a big course.
And just so you know, Ken, since we've had so many discussions about this in the past, that live stream earlier was from my old Android phone that's not activated. The SIM card in it is not activated. It's just on Wi-Fi.
Yeah, I mean, if this phone, I agree. If the Android was a little bit newer and I had a way of doing it, I can do what I want, but it's limited to 45 minutes. So I think we golfed for an hour 10 tonight, but 20 minutes of that was me screwing around after I finished golfing. Let me go catch up on chat. So
and just for the heck of it, I ran a speed test on that phone to see what it would get, and it pulls about 300. It's not as new, of course, as the one that I've got now. So it's
cellular data
pulls about 300 on Wi-Fi.
connected to your Wi-Fi or cellular?
Wi-Fi. The old phone,
Because it's got a SIM card in it, right?
No, because it doesn't have as good of a Wi-Fi chip in it as.
But you have, okay, so the Android you guys sent me, if I don't have a SIM card in it, I cannot connect to the Wi-Fi, is what I'm trying to figure out. If you, go ahead.
Yes. I guess it would be not the same because my, that old phone, even though it's not activated, still does have a SIM card in it.
Yeah.
Because I had tried to use it with T-Mobile just to see how it would work before, just to see how it would work, and then I never took that. Then I got the new phone, and I never took the T-Mobile SIM card out, so it's still got the SIM card in there.
Long Dog says 157 is good. Eat lightly. I will not eat another thing until breakfast tomorrow, and that's going to be scrambled eggs and sausage. No onion, no pepper, no tomatoes, no oatmeal, no food, no taste. And then the same thing again on Wednesday and Thursday. I just want to get through this. I think my numbers are going to be okay. I really do. But I have a goal, and I just want to see if I can achieve that. Long Dog says that I see a comment he made. No, let me go check comments. I haven't checked comments on YouTube since we've been home.
My mom and dad and my sister were always talking to the kids when they're over here about how they're on their tablets for too long. I'm being really tempted to tell them and to tell her that if it gets too out of hand, I can always block them, but I haven't, and that wouldn't stop them from actually using the tablets if they've got anything that can be downloaded offline.
We can use chicken and broccoli. Yeah, we can incorporate that into it. He's making a comment about I mentioned we're going to do a cooking video. I just don't know when, and I still can't decide if we're going to do it live or record it, and then edit it, and then upload it. And by edit it, I mean not take anything out or add anything, but just put in the cute little text and the openings and the closing and all that. That's what I mean by editing. Yeah. To make this chips optimal 11x8 gas, that sounds good. Oh yeah, and some cornflakes. I haven't had cornflakes in so many years. I haven't had any cereal in so many years. At least 2. I do pay attention to my diet, and I don't want to test it. Lorna actually mentioned the other day about maybe asking the doctor if I could go to a different medicine other than metformin. I'm like, why? The metformin seems to be working. And I think she said something about that's the oldest diabetes medicine there is. I'm like, if it's working, if it ain't broke, why fix it? That's how I look at it. And to me, it's not broke. So I will bring it up to the doctor on Thursday, but I'm not going to bring it up I'm going to go, do you think I need to get another prescription for my diabetes? When I ask her, I'm going to make sure my head's shaking no, so that she catches the drift. We'll see. We will see. Yeah. Yeah, if your mom and your sister and your dad think they're on it too much, somebody needs to be a parent or a grandparent and say, you have from 7 o'clock to 8 o'clock. Have fun. At 8 o'clock, you take the devices away. Yes, metformin seems to be working, Long Dog. So I'm good. I forget she saw an ad on TV or something. There's a new medicine out or something. I don't know. And metformin is a pill. I don't have to take an injection because I would exactly. I knew it. Robert, tell your doctor you're going to take B12 shots every week. No, I do not. I don't want to take any shots whatsoever.
I don't remember now in my old age, but I read recently that metformin has another good effect. I don't know if it's weight loss or something like that.
Yeah, that's what the latest rumor is.
Ozempic does, they say, and there's another one.
Yeah, but it was a metformin quote side effect, but it was a good side effect supposedly. Yeah, I may be mistaken.
I'm dropping weight. I'm just not dropping. I'm not dropping my stomach, and that's just probably because I need to figure out how to exercise more. And we were talking about my ex-wife today. She actually participated in the Indianapolis Mini 500 mini marathon. So I guess that's a full marathon's 26.2. So I guess she ran 13.1 miles, and she finished. She finished in 2.5 hours. For a 60-year-old woman, that's pretty damn good. I don't think I could walk 13.1 miles in 8 hours. So, I seen it on Facebook and I said, hey, good, awesome, congratulations. Well, come to find out, 2 days later, she was in the hospital.
Which one? You're Korean or Chinese?
I've never had a Chinese wife, so I can't speak for her. So that would be the Korean wife. I've had Japanese, Korean, Filipino. And if this one doesn't work out after however many years we've been together now, there will not be a fifth.
Oh, come on, why not?
No, thank you. I'm going to go grab some water. I'll be right back. Please, somebody carry a conversation on about anything but internet speed and routers.
If you want to control the kids' usage on their tap devices, just turn off the WIF.
What is WIF?
You can't. Wi-Fi.
Oh, well, if I could do that, but if I do that, then I turn it off for me too. So I can't do that.
You could if you didn't need Wi-Fi for a few hours.
So I could just go in my little app on my phone for the router and block their stuff if
Yep.
necessary, and then only they can't. But we still can.
Yeah. I can assign devices to people on my routers. Then I can set up a profile for those folks. And except for one or two things, I've got most of the stuff I really don't want them to see blocked, although you can't keep them off everything. But
Yes,
my grandkids.
I can set up the profiles on mine too. It has that, but I don't. There's no. I don't have any reason to at the moment. A while back, Carrie had shown that that rebooter thing that you can plug your stuff into and automatically reboot it. Well, my mine actually has that feature built into it. If I can turn it on and it'll reboot it, say 3 o'clock in the morning. If I
You assign the kids a guest Wi-Fi access. You can control the guest Wi-Fi access as much as you want without affecting yours, if that's what you're afraid of. The rest is up to you, Alex, on that.
Yes, I've thought about it, but honestly, haven't done it because if my mom and dad say that they should get off of it, that should be enough. As long as they are not as long as they're not printing to the printer hundreds of pages or something crazy like that. It really, with these speeds we have now, it's really no big issue.
Hello, Sam.
Hey, Sam.
Hello.
Good evening.
Good to see you.
Good evening.
Hour 23 minutes is
yeah.
what the golf was. But again, a good 15, 20 minutes of that was after golfing ended. And I was messing around, experimenting with a couple things, trying to teach myself a little bit, or actually trying to remember what I used to know. Not teach myself, but remember what I used to know. I'm not upset with today's golf whatsoever. I had 2 pars, 1 double bogey, which is 2 over. That was a 5, and the rest were 4s. I'm okay with that. I really am okay with that. I don't know if you've watched the video or not, but there's a couple times when she told me how to putt the ball, which I did, and still didn't go in. But that was just me, not her. Roy says he's got an Asus with Wi-Fi 6AX setup. I have no clue what that means.
Oh, it's the latest. Or not the 6E is the latest standard, but
7 is the latest.
It's the AX standard for routers now, transmission style. And the 6 means it's supposed to be in 6 gigahertz. And if it an E, this means enhanced.
I'm going to address a comment here real quick that Long
but
Dog
E
made.
actually
not.
means it's 6 gigahertz. If it's just Wi-Fi 6, like my router, it doesn't actually put off a 6 gigahertz channel. It's still 2.4 and 5.
Okay, everybody be quiet. Ken wants to address a comment.
Thank you, Sean. Long Dog said he just ate a high quality and boxed dinner for the most part. Checked his blood sugar. It was 124. Check in about another 25 minutes and see if it goes up. It probably will. Blood sugar is very funny. They say to exercise, which we should. We should all exercise. It's good for you. When I exercise and check my blood sugar immediately thereafter, my blood sugar is always higher. Always. If I watch what I eat, my numbers stay pretty consistent. All I know is between now and the day when they put me 6 feet in the ground, I'm going to take my medicine twice a day. I'm going to watch what I eat. After Thursday, I'm going to enjoy something once or twice a month. And by something, I mean a piece of cake, or I'm telling you right now what I'm getting on Thursday. And I've already been told I'm going to share this, and that's fine. But I'm going to go get a Dairy Queen Blizzard after I see the doctor. My birthday's Wednesday. I can't do anything for it. So Thursday, I'm treating myself to a Dairy Queen Blizzard. And I'm not going to get that big ass huge one. I'm going to get the little bitty. In fact, I may surprise myself and say, do you give samples, which will be about this big? And that will be fine. I don't eat a lot of sweets. I don't eat a lot of snacks. I don't eat a lot of chips. We do eat some popcorn now. But I don't know how that affects it or not.
I was just going to say, since you're going to be sharing it, was you going to be getting the large so
No.
you can get half and she can get half?
No. I'm going to get a small, and I'll eat. I probably won't even eat half. I'll probably eat 1 or 2 scoops of it or spoons of it or whatever, and I'll give the rest to her. I seriously will ask them if they give samples. I'll give me a sample, and then get her a Blizzard, and she can enjoy the Blizzard, and that'll be good. I want to drop about 5. If I can drop 5 pounds, I'm under 240. That will be good. And then if I can, another month or 2 rolls by, I can drop another 5 pounds, I'll be 235. That would be real good. Hell, I'll be replacing every sink in the neighborhood by then. Speaking of that, the guy that lives 2 doors down today did the following work today. He fixed the gate to our fence. He cleaned the gutters for me. He took out the poison ivy for me. He put ammonia down where the raccoons are at, and he said, if they come out at night, come and get me, and we'll put blocks up so they can't get back in. And he checked a light that seems to work when it wants to. I said, how much do I owe you? He says, nothing. I said, no, I need to pay you something. He says, no. He goes, I'm old, I'm retired, I like to keep busy, I like to do things. And he says, in fact, he goes, I put that light in. He goes, I put that in. I mean, we went around the house. He's like, the lady that used to live here, he did a lot of work for her. So I was just really blown away at the work this guy did for me today. And yes, we'll get him something. I'll get him a gift card from someplace, or like I told her, when we cook a lot of Filipino food, we'll take it down and give it to him, because that's the only right thing to do. Hello, Rick.
Hello.
Good to see you. How you doing?
Well, I'm doing pretty good.
Any bike ride today?
Yeah, I did a little bit. It was a little cooler today, so I did probably maybe about 25 miles.
He says that like, oh, that's just a little bit. If I rode a bike 25 miles, you guys would see me talking to you from a hospital bed. My camera girl would be standing over there, and I'd be in the bed, and I kind of want to see the chat comments because she was telling me there was some funny things said today when I was golfing.
My next trip I'm planning is 49 miles one way.
Now, how long will it take you to do that?
If I stop in Pequot, take Mother Nature break, and then keep on going, takes me about 3 hours, 10 minutes to get to Pine River. Probably another 40 minutes to get where I'm going.
And are you coming back that night, or are you staying there? Yeah?
Yeah, I'm coming back.
So you're looking at basically an 8-hour day of riding your bike.
Oh, it's usually, well, because I go out to my old farmhouse where we used to live in Pine River, do a bunch of roaming around there. So yeah, it's a good 10 and a half hours.
Nice. Nice.
Not bad.
It's good you can still do it. It really is. How's your back doing?
It's doing pretty good.
Yeah, my back spasmed twice tonight when we were standing in line at Texas Roadhouse, and I had forgotten what that feeling was like. Log Dog says that was me providing the comedic entertainment.
All you need, Ken, all you need is one of those motorcycles with a sidecar on it. Or a bike with a sidecar on it. So Rick can pedal while you sit.
I don't think Rick can. I'm at 244 right now, and that's a whole lot of weight to be trying to carry around in a sidecar. That's a lot.
No, Joshy could fit.
We went from me to Joshy. Okay, so given a choice between me and Josh, I think he's going to pick me, even though I weigh 5 times more than Joshy does. Because all Joshy's going to say the whole time is, I don't want to get divorced. I don't want to get divorced. I don't want... Oh, bug in my hair. Speaking of Josh, has anybody heard from him this afternoon?
I have.
He was on the chat.
He's on my chat right now? Oh, yeah, at the very, very beginning, because he can't count. You're right, he was. He was like 4th, but thought he was 5th. Poor Joshy. Yes. Now, see, I can only go back to 918 in the chat. What if I change it to live chat? Does that let me go back any farther? You would think me being an expert at this with 3.5 months experience, I'd know what I'm doing, but nope. I can go back to 926 on live chat. Now that's weird. I can go back 8 more minutes further on top chat than I can on live chat. That's interesting.
I come across something interesting today. It was some lawyer guy talking about how people can get into trouble with like Walmart self-checkouts and not even realize it. And they can get into trouble because when they go through the self-checkout line and scan their stuff, if they forget to scan the stuff, if they forget to scan one item one time and then one item another time, after so long, say a year, if Walmart's keeping a tally of that, they'll rack up quite the bill of stolen stuff, and then they can track you to your house and arrest you.
Yeah, I've heard that. I've heard different variations of that. And obviously people are trying to steal stuff from the self-checkout. But if you accidentally forget to check something out and they catch it, or you catch it or whatever, they're not going to say anything about it. But if you're intentionally doing it, they're going to catch you long before a year.
But
long before a year.
If you walk out with large groceries in the cart with a bunch of groceries, they don't say nothing.
Yeah, they rarely check us. I get a little discouraged sometimes at some of the things I see at Walmart.
Well, this wasn't Walmart. I went Smith's one time. I had a big bag of dog food in the bottom of the cart. Since it's large, I throw it down there.
Right.
And I went through the self-checkout and forgot to scan it one time. Got to the car and saw it and then turned around and went back in and had them scan it.
Right. Right.
And if they had somebody at the door to look at the thing, they could, oh, you didn't do that.
Sure,
And I would say,
sure.
yeah.
So-
But if you're not deliberately trying to steal from them, and like at the Smiths I go to, all of them know me
So
now.
some
Going
supermarkets
there
have
for 70 years,
scanners
man.
down there,
They have
and
what,
if you
Sam?
forget it, it'll scan automatically and bring it up.
Huh, I've not seen that. You saying that about Smith's, which is the same as Kroger. We went to Kroger to
Right.
pick up pineapple, raisins, and cheese yesterday when we were out running around. And I'm going through the self-checkout because I'm not standing in line for those 3 items. And as we're walking up to the self-checkout, these 2 women are coming at us, and they were coming at us, and they went straight in to the register in front of me. So I followed them thinking that was okay to do. And as we were leaving, out of my peripheral vision, I look behind me, or, I'm standing at the thing, and I look up my peripheral vision, and I see 4 people standing in the aisle, which was the line for the self-checkout. And I felt so bad because I seen the girls coming in, and they clearly just cut in front of people because she had 2 items. And just, naturally thinking, I didn't think anything about it. I didn't even look around. I did not see the line. And the lady that was over there, I says, ma'am, I'm sorry. I did not mean to cut in front of you. I did not see the line. And she said something about, oh, that's okay with your age and all. And I'm like, with my age and all, I'll have you know I'm only 63 years old. And it went downhill from there. So
I also saw a video where the guy was saying that, they should, it would be helpful for people if they made all the Walmarts and all the grocery stores like the Amazon store where you just put stuff in your cart and it automatically puts it on your account and it can take it out or whatever. But he said that they wouldn't do that, probably because they wouldn't do that in the high crime in the high crime area. That would only be for like a really ritzy neighborhood.
I'll address that as soon as the stream ends, which is going on now. I want to thank everyone for being here. I'll just give the generic goodbye because it seems like this is a hot topic. See you guys tomorrow night at 9 o'clock.
Still number 1.
Thank you. I appreciate that.
Alan, you got
When I'm
people
winning the
that-
Academy Award, I'll be sure to mention you guys, and I'll make sure that I mention someone from Maryland who was 3rd tonight. Well, you know what? Just for one more time, let's just run this for YouTube. Just one more time. I'm gonna go ahead and run. It's only 30 seconds in length. So here we go for the last time tonight. The farmer and the Doug. Just to annoy Doug because he doesn't like the jingle.
the merry-o, the farmer and the dog.
Can't wait to hear him tomorrow.
The farmer and
Oh,
the
speaking of
dog.
Doug, tomorrow, everybody try to tune in at 7 o'clock on the West Coast and 10 o'clock here, 9 o'clock in the middle of the country
Doug.
on Grandpa Doug Plays Fortnite. And congratulate him when he gets his 200th level because he's going to get it. There's just no, unless he just sits there like me, he'll get to 200 tomorrow. And it would be nice if we all, I mean, you don't have to watch the whole thing, but just show up and congratulate him on making 200 because he will make it. I did like he put a link in there and said there's Easter eggs. I'm not good at that Easter egg stuff. I have no clue what he was talking about. None. No clue whatsoever. So good night, everybody. I'll see you tomorrow at 9 o'clock, and I'll see the homies. I think that's it. Yep, it's over. See ya.
Alex there.